Tekken 8 is a very fast game. Josie Rizal is a very fast character. With this established, we have talked about Josie's Tekken 8 redesign, and we've talked about her story and fate. Today, I'll be reacting to Filipino martial arts. Let's begin. This is a very fast fighting style.
Basically, when we work with the sticks, our usage of sticks is basically to develop the attribute of all of our hand technique that allow us to function, operate, for us to be able to execute what we call combative art. Combative art, which is Kali, the indigenous art. So what we do is this. Everything that we do in terms of the sticks is basically mimicking the attribute and how to use the blade. Without it, it's the same with the hand, it's the same with the blade. So basically, the way we use the program for the Kali for Kids program, we hid a lot of our mechanics. A lot of our mechanics in our program.
You know, every now and again I would go out of my way to watch this for the sake of perspective, because I'm not that well versed with the escriima, right? A lot of my viewers, and really just Josie fans in general, have been very vocal that the character actually represents this more formal style of combat. So, like, hold on, I want to rewind this a bit.
Is this everything that we do in terms of the
so everything is through the sticks,
mimicking the attribute and how to use the blade. Without it, it's the same with the hand.
Like, I know Filipino martial arts is like very lethal, right? Like, I have that understanding after like watching a lot of this.
We hid a lot of our mechanics, in our program, so that way we can teach them on how to function when it gets into the combative art of Kali.
Yeah, it's like a very quick lethal fighting style.
First is what we call the entry 4.
1, 2,
entry
1.
1, 2, 3, 4. That means there's 4 different kind of entry. I can enter on this, come back, or I can enter on this, down here, and back. So it gives me an opportunity to enter. That's why
I really find fascinating here is that when you really sit down and think about Tekken's natural gameplay, and if you also consider the fact that Josie's already a stance character with her switch stance, you would think that a fast character like her, if she was to ever be reimagined, that she would still have the idea that, oh, well, yeah, Josie Rizal is in fact a stance character, but then if you're going to give her a escriima now, right, like this more formal showing, you'd think she'd be just a bit more like technical, just a bit more advanced, where she has like more stances to work with. There's like additional options that you as a player can utilize. One idea that you could actually consider if you were to like actually watch this, if you were the Tekken team.
So it gives me an opportunity to enter. That's why we call it entry. That's one entry, the second entry. The other side, entry. Every time we engage, that's a line given to me that allow me to work with. If there's no line, then I don't know where to start. There has to be a given line. So when it gives me a line, I work on that. And what happened is when you guys make contact, what we call bisecting the line, it allows you to be able to have these doors. There's 4 ways to enter. If it was an empty hand, it will be like this. There's 4 ways to enter. I can enter on this side to go here. See? I can enter on this side to do this. Okay? So what it does, it allows, see this? Entrance here will get you there, so that way you can go. So all of this mechanics, whenever we make contact, we call this doors that you can enter. Okay? And then with the sticks, no difference. So this.
Going back to Tekken's gameplay, you can add the idea of, like, this is funny because in Tekken 7 she already has a few reversals at her disposal, because she's like rarely evasive, and if she's not evasive then she had the Bruce reversal, right? But here, if you ever still wanted to stick to that core idea, you could actually take more inspiration here where, I mean, again, more technical options to work with in addition to maybe having defensive options as well. Like the mind game is more of a mental game than a literal option. Like, that design philosophy would be more accessible from a spectator's perspective as opposed to a Tekken perspective. You'd have to consider like the rock, paper, scissors scenario.
This particular exercise at entry 4 is,
Four.
thank you, the mechanic, turn around, face that way, with the sticks. Do
So
the
could you
entry
give her
4.
4 stances to work with?
The
Could you give her
mechanic
4
of it,
options
look
out
at
of a
the hand
stance?
mechanic, is
Maybe 5 if you want to add a
similar
reversal.
to how we protect ourselves against somebody with a weapon, okay?
And this is funny too because weapon usage is so valuable now in Tekken 8 in addition to the natural heat system, which only enhances your established moveset. But in the case of Josie now, right, if you were to reconceptualize her character entirely, you would also have to take into account how this core gameplay meshes with the heat system. Some of the newer moves provided within, let's say, her newfound escriima stance, or how about like a reversal, right? Well, I guess I can't really say that much, right? Because Tekken 8 is still fairly new in that regard. Like, understanding like how character identity will look in that game is still up in the air, right? Well, hold on.
With the sticks, do the entry 4, slowly. The mechanic of it, look at the hand mechanic, is similar to how we protect ourselves against somebody.
Right. So yeah, that looks like a reversal.
Okay, sir, over
In that
here,
regard.
this way.
Counter off, like you're offensive, but you're not
So,
defensive.
with the blade. So basically, that mechanic is what we're using. So, and the reason why is the back of the hand, because when he pulls and cut, I can still function. If it's this way, when he pull, that is your veins and arteries. Okay, so from here, so when I go from here, 1 and back, this is the basics, which is the basic entry 4 that we were talking about. And so the more we practice this, the faster the hand gets, which means, so watch from here, 1, 2, 1, now anytime the blade goes there, now it speeds up.
So imagine if this was in Tekken, right?
Okay, what it does,
Yeah, it's really
teaches the other
fast.
person.
Yeah, like the fighting style seems like very fast, right? And notice how there wasn't that slowdown in that scramble scenario there. The scramble scenario there made it so that the offense was still presented, but yeah, the offense and stance was never broken whatsoever because the idea is that you are always moving, but not being passive, because there's no opportunity to be passive. See, this is funny because this really does like fit that design philosophy for Tekken 8. This actually gives Josie more of a character identity as already presented in Tekken 7, right? And obviously she's not the only character, but that's like an archetype that's welcoming for what's already in Tekken. And on the topic of that, if you consider like how there's more variety with weapon usage and you also have like your established weapon characters, right? I think that'd be another thing to consider. So would you make this exclusive to weapon-based characters, like let's say Yoshi in theory, or I mean I guess Leroy to some degree, though he is more in your face as opposed to like using the entirety of his cane. Like you get the idea. So would you make this weapon-based exclusive, or would you branch this out to like your maybe highs, maybe mids, but not the lows? Like add like a low reversal for the sake of variety. Because again, the ideas are endless.
When that happens, this is just what we call sensitivity drill. The sensitivity drill will allow us to know where is that blade at all time.
Right.
But because
controlling
of
the situation,
methodology and our concept that it's offense, counter offense, re-counter offense, defense is the other guy's problem.
Yeah.
So if he thrusts to me, I was offensive, now I can take care of that.
Yeah, like it's really fast style.
Now it's my
right.
turn. Okay, so
yeah, it's a very fast
basically
fighting
our
style.
goal is to be offensive, counter-offensive, re-counter-offensive. When you play defense, if I play defense on here, he comes over here, I play defense, chances are I will get cut. So when you're offensive from the beginning, see, it allows you to be able to do what you need, use the person as a
Yeah,
shield.
Filipino martial arts seems like very deadly.
And all that speed of that hand.
I think that design for like again, I think this style would be really welcoming. It's funny how a lot of people have really requested that Josie have this more traditional showing, and then you also have like the more vocal group of Tekken enthusiasts that disagree with Josie's inclusion entirely. It's so funny because you think that they would take the time to like watch a video like this for the sake of perspective, and like you can disagree with the idea that the character was really inspired by Bruce Irvin, but at the same time you know, try to find a solution to the problem than bark about it for the sake of crying that your sacred cow was not in the game. You know, because I mean, look at how much variety you could, like, think about all the potential that's here, and think about Tekken 8, right? The design philosophy of that gameplay. The fact that you are, in fact, aggressive, right? And this fighting style encourages you to be the aggressor, because you still want to maintain your dominance. To some degree, still have to, like, consider, like, neutral in Tekken, right? Because you're going to be dancing, you're going to be moving around small doses, and obviously, because everything's, like, so unpredictable, right? It's Tekken. Because obviously the design philosophy may not always meet, like, what the developers have in mind. You know. I mean, I guess case in point with, like, T7 with Josie to some extent, right? Because, I mean, you could argue low budget and everything, but even if she was able to represent the idea that, yes, Josie's a very fast character, she's very offensive, she has very strong defensive tools when it's necessary, but that's because of the Muay Thai aspect, right? Great keep-out tools, great counter-hit launchers, etc., right? So you add this now, where it's a lot more dedicated to being the aggressor, and then you switch out Tekken 7's counter-hit launching design philosophy with Tekken 8, which is more rock, paper, scissors in your face in a variety of ways. It makes you think about the long term with how that will evolve, right? We've had Tekken 7 for 9 years. Tekken 8 is still fairly new. So if anything, I want you guys who are watching this to share down below how you feel about this breakdown so far. Because, I mean, I am intrigued for the most part. I'm personally fine with the idea of Josie being reconceptualized in various ways. Especially if it's, like, more formal to her nationality, which I think will be welcoming all around, because that's a lot of positives that come with that.
Are developed from drills on the stick. All of that movement that we're doing,
It's a very fast fighting style.
The attribute that we need for the blade. So when he thrusts over here, see, that's slopping to
it's very deadly
fighting
fighting style.
Allow you and back. Allows you to be able to do the techniques that you practice. Okay? So when it's blade to blade, I don't need to change anything. That mechanic there when he thrusts, I cut that already. So I'm being offensive. Then counter-offensive, re-counter-offensive, re-counter-offensive. To continue using as a shield, and back. Now, I can finish and do whatever I need to do.
Yeah, this is a very good video. This is the first one that I wanted to react to. There's another one that I wanted to take a look at as well. This is a lot more hands-on as well, within like an open field, and if anything, I'll show you for the sake of perspective.
1, 2, 3.
This is a very fast fighting style.
6, strike.
And a lot more hands-on as well, which I like in this case. For the sake of like visual demonstration.
Ready. Everybody line up. Semi-ready position. Let's go. Okay. So I'm gonna show you basic climb.
Video.
But basics for me turn to advanced. Watch. Inside. See, like that. Inside. Okay, up. See? Up. Down.
Yeah.
Down.
Josie being a reversal character would not be a bad idea whatsoever. You can make a reversal character but also have the design philosophy for being fast.
How it works? If you strike here, bang. But I gonna tell you guys, outside, there's no black. Are you agree? Defending yourself, defending your loved ones, no black. Okay? I learned my black when I went to Manila. I learned back home, there's no black. Okay? The moment he strike here, I'm here. Yeah. You think this one he can strike? I don't think so. Yeah? See, the moment he strike, I'm here. Whatever I want, bam!
Very
see,
fast
before he can
very
attack.
deadly.
See? But that's only my withdrawing. Okay? But that's a strike. So, I didn't leave this one behind. Because the moment I go here, you give him a chance to strike. I'm correct? Yes. Okay, so that's why from here, bam! I'm here, bam! Strike!
Reversal.
Here, bam!
Reversal. Dude, I swear, just the idea of her being a reversal character. You can make her a reversal character while still having her maintain the identity of, yeah, Josie's like really fast while she's in like range 0, right? but that's presented differently because of this newfound fighting style. And if this is weapon-based as well, this would make you think that... Yeah, this would make you think that from a presentation lens, you'd want to have fresh new animations, right? And if you're a DLC, that's a higher budget to work with as well, right? Because obviously the base roster's finished. Dude, I swear, just that idea really is it's fascinating to think about. For spectators, that's very welcoming, I think, for the core demographic. For Tekken players, it's so funny because of how Tekken players naturally play, right? Sometimes they're in your face, sometimes they're in the middle ground, playing neutral and figuring out the other person's timing, so naturally you're not going to hit anyone for a while, which kind of goes against this particular fighting style. And whatever new outcomes are going to be presented in Tekken 8, because that's a new game entirely with new content for players.
Same thing from here. Inside block. Here. Okay? Backhand naman. Strike, see? I'm here. See? You think that one can strike? Strike. See, I don't think so.
Yeah, reversal, right? Yeah, like reversals and parries already exist in Tekken, right?
You guys understand?
And you're a weapon-based character that also exists.
1, 2, there. 3.
So this would be very refreshing to see Josie have this.
Here. Down.
Kali Escrima.
Other side. Boom. Okay? So whatever your background is,
This is a good video.
first thing you're gonna do is you need to learn how to block. Okay? Because in Pintados, if you want to fence, there's no block. See, the moment they strike, I'm here. See? Boom! Oh!
Yeah, very deadly.
See? Oh. It's easy.
Very
Again.
deadly.
Alright? Other side. From here. Okay, sir? Strike. I'm just waiting for it. See? Boom! Ah!
Very deadly.
Good. So on the top, X. So I call this scissor block. Okay? But there's no mistake. Wherever you go here,
Because you reversal.
you go from here, there's no mistake.
Reversal.
All right? Even here, strike. Same thing.
Reversal.
Other side.
Yeah, dude,
Same
make
thing.
her
No
she would
mistake.
be a reversal character in a
Good.
way, right? That would be
From
a
here.
part of the
Especially here.
game
Hot
design. That would be a part of
Backhand,
like her
other side.
design philosophy. Make her a reversal character
See?
while still being like a bully
so the
character,
moment you
right? She
learn
is
the
in your
strike,
face.
Double stick, please. Strike here.
It's so
1,
funny because
2,
like
3. Inside. Okay? Outside. Backhand. 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 Other side. See? Okay? So the moment you learn the strike, double stick, please. Strike here.
so isn't that so funny because Josie is also very solid at fishing for counter hits, right? Similar to Brian in a way, but not as traditional, right? So, and that's the thing. So, like, do you scrap that? I mean, I guess you would have to scrap that for the sake of both Tekken 8's game design and this here for this new fighting style. Dude, I swear that's so
Here, 1,
thought-provoking,
2,
right?
3.
Reversal,
Inside.
reversal.
Outside.
Like, this would be more than what Asuka currently has, right? Because she only has the Kazama.
2.
Actually, no, she has the Kicksabaki as well.
6. Strike.
But look at this.
Boom. See?
Very deadly, right?
Yeah, I'm showing you the...
I want to rewind that. I want to rewind it.
Okay, so the moment
Just look at
you
how
learn the
fast
strike,
it is.
double stick, please. Strike here. 1, 2, 3. Inside.
Highs.
Outside.
High.
Backhand. Backhand.
Like real low.
And switch. 1,
Right?
2, 3, 4.
Now, yeah, in unison, it's very
Strike.
fast.
Boom.
Very fast and deadly.
I'm
Yeah,
showing
Josie
you
would be
the
actually a lot more
Filipino
advanced in a way.
martial art.
A
So
lot
that you
more
understand.
Okay?
variety with her style of
Strike
play.
here. Same. Same block. Ha. Backhand. Bang. Strike. There. Punyo. Here. Backhand. Boom. Other side. See? Same. Okay? Strike. Correct? No, wrong. See? Do you think you block the weapon with,
No, the arteries.
with your empty hands? Are you crazy?
No.
This is how you strike the block. Here. Advance. No. Advance. Boom, boom. Advance. Boom. See how you call this now? Empty hands. Pakamot, panuntukan, mano-mano, suntukan, whatever you're gonna call this. But this is empty hands. Filipino martial arts. So did I change my block? Did I change my
No.
block? Empty hands. Punch.
So I was still the
See? Did I
same.
change my block here? I used to do the open because I'm hurting him already. Okay? But that's part of the game. No pain?
No gain.
I've been a dummy with JGM for 16 years.
This is a good video.
This is my time now. Okay? So, if you want Hollywood from here, punch. Hollywood, right? Oh, he blocked. Bam! See? Same thing. Kick. Did I change my block? Okay, did I
No,
change?
because the sticks are like the extension, but then the hands are like the core chambers,
I
right?
have one stick.
Like that's the
Punch.
core
I have a
of
spotted
it.
dagger here. Punch. Bam.
Right.
No stick now.
So the sticks are the extension of your hands, but then it's a matter of like technique, obviously,
Bam.
right?
Spinning, turn around, elbow, Muay Thai. Bang. Knee. Here. Boom. Right arm kick. Boom. Back. Boom.
They're
Boom.
very deadly.
See? That's the Filipino way. Okay? Go back on the blockings. Let's go.
Dude, I'm very intrigued with what Namco could actually accomplish with their budget now. The fact that Tekken 7 really didn't have a lot of variety to work with for its new original characters goes to show with how much potential is actually here for, I would say, both Chloe and Josie especially, right? Chloe because there's no fighting style with her, and dancing is very boundless, right? There's a lot of ways in how you can like move and express yourself. So for Chloe now, there's a lot of variety to explore, even if Ozzy already has that as her gimmick, but that's not her style of fighting. She can still have that design philosophy of being the aggressor, but then here now you can also have like more variety. So maybe instead of having her be a counter hit launching monster and also being evasive, you can have her be more reversal based, right? Because she already has some of that in her current Tekken 7 kit, but then it's not exactly hers because, you know, Bruce fans, right? I think with the food for thought here with what can be accomplished by just giving her these escriima sticks, her character identity will be freaking cutting edge. To some degree, if you consider both Falcon Ram and Leroy and Lydia during their respective launch dates, right? It took them a while to like figure out how to balance them out. Falcon Ram especially. But I'm personally intrigued and I'm quite excited to see what Namco could actually do with this character if she does come back. I'm pretty sure Josie will come back for DLC though, given what I've personally been saying for the longest time since technically 2022, but you could also consider 2023. Josie getting renewed and revitalized for a more formal showing to her nationality would be very beneficial all around for numerous demographics, right? And I think with that in mind, you share down below how you feel after watching these two respective Filipino martial arts breakdown videos. How do you like the presentation of the fighting style itself? Do you agree that this would be very welcoming to Tekken 8's design philosophy in being aggressive? And do you feel as though that giving Josie reversals would actually be welcoming as well to further enhance this particular fighting style? Share down below, especially if you're from the Philippines, because I know you guys are my second highest group of viewers, right? So for the sake of perspective, you share down below how you feel after watching these two particular videos. And I think with that being said though, thanks very much for watching, and take care.